Just a ChatGPT is a large language models, and it's artificial intelligence, which sits under machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI falls right in the center of that. And ChatGPT is one of large language models like Gemini, Copilot, Claude, Meta, Perplexity, those sort of the main ones. And if you have to compare them with one another,
Yeah.
is there somebody is saying something or asking a question? No? Okay. Maybe just somebody forgot to mute. But just to kind of quickly compare them with one another, the strengths of these different large language models. This green one over here is ChatGPT, and is the ability to handle complex tasks. Now we all know that, and a lot of us have experience with that with ChatGPT. High customization with GPTs and platform integration. So GPTs, we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail. Great support of input files and formats, and high usage limits for large data files. And then you've got Claude is the second one over here. Claude is good in terms of contextual understanding and shows cautiousness. So it's a little bit more careful in what it says, and it got more safety barriers and those sort of things developed around it. It's got a large context window. In other words, you can feed it a lot of input documents into your conversation with it, and it's able to create artifact content. Remember, we spoke a couple of weeks about creating artifacts, which is literally where you can just give a prompt and it will create right in a window side by side. It will actually create apps. You can create desktop apps as well as mobile apps that it'll code for you and show you a preview of it. So artifacts, something really fantastic that Claude has come out with. And then Microsoft Copilot, obviously its strength is that it's integrating with 365 and all your PowerPoint and your Excel and Word has got Copilot in it, and it's got access to the web. And it is GPT-4 from OpenAI, but it's a little bit tweaked and customized for Copilot function. And then you've got Gemini, which integrates with Google's Workspace. And so you've got your tools, and Gemini is everywhere around Google Workspace nowadays. It pops up in your Chrome browser. It's really everywhere, and it's quite useful to have. Creative writing, it's quite good, and of course it's Google, so it's linked to live data and live searches. So, and then you've got a 1 million token context window, as opposed to the 200K, which was large in itself from Claude. Gemini's got a 1 million token window. So if you really need to upload large amounts of data in your conversation, then Gemini is a good option for that. And then last one over here is Perplexity. And as you know, that's also a fantastic tool where it's AI and search combined. It gives you good contextual understanding of queries, access to multiple AI models, and citations in the resources. So yeah, so that's all of that sort of stuff. But we want to talk mainly about ChatGPT. So these are sort of the new functions that has come out over the last couple of years. Custom GPTs, which we'll look at now. The user interface has been revamped a couple of times. That doesn't have the sidebar. It's got drop-down menus. You can literally switch between models. There's now Search GPT. You can connect your documents, upload documents. Its writing has gotten much better. It's got the advanced voice mode. It's got internet search now that is improved, and then the data grid for data analysis. So why don't we go and have a look at some of those things? If you have a look at your ChatGPT right at the top there, these are the models that are available now. I've got the paid version, so that's why these are all showing up. GPT-4 is the most common tasks, and then you got O1 preview GPT, which is the advanced reasoning one. So as we said before, it's not necessarily that that the preview is better than the 4.0 or the 4.0 is better. It works differently, where the preview is the one that thinks through a problem. So it takes a little bit longer to come up with answers, because it sort of systematically works through a process to get to an answer. And then we've got GPT-4 Canvas with Canvas, which is now come out. It's still in beta. It's come out a week or so ago. And what that allows you to do is actually collaborate with ChatGPT in what it is almost a word editor or a document editor, where it produces the document for you, and you can go in and change things, and we'll have a look at that. And then you've got a One Mini, if it's just quick and easy questions that you want to ask. And then, of course, and we'll look at some examples of those. And then you've got Explore GPT. So we've spoken a lot about GPTs and creating your own GPTs and stuff, but I'm hoping you guys have actually sort of thought about it. These are almost thousands of little apps and little tools that is at our disposal, sitting within ChatGPT. And this is, by the way, part of the free version. It used to be part of the paid version, but you can now get GPTs. You can go use them for free. The limitation with the paid version is only on how much you can use and how many chats you can have per day. But I mean, there's tons of different things. They in categories like featured, and then you've got trending ones, which is Right For Me, has been up there for a long time. Canva as a link to the tool Canva, but you can start within ChatGPT. It does take you eventually across over into Canva anyway, but it's maybe a nice way to just start by asking a question for a certain template, and it creates it for you there. Consensus is a very good for research, where you don't just want to research the internet, but you actually want to chat with scientific literature. You want to search decent references and get simple explanations for very complex research stuff. So if you're a scholar or an academic or stuff, Consensus is probably the best tool for you there. And then, of course, you can go see more, and then it shows you more and more within each one of those categories. So within writing, which is where a lot of people use ChatGPT for, and a couple of people have mentioned it here, the examples that they use, you can actually go use these GPTs, which are a lot more tailored, specifically for writing in a specific style, or giving you, like, for instance, marketing and branding stuff, a copywriting sort of GPT, that you could just use the tool as is, and or if it's specifically for videos that you want to create, then this is what that tool has done. So just to kind of remind you as well, so somebody had created this GPT. This one says by Lee. So what Lee has done is he's gone, and it's not the Lee on the group, I think it's a different Lee. He's gone and used his knowledge about writing videos and scripts and things like that, and built and added this to the knowledge of this specific GPT. So it's not just all the knowledge that is in ChatGPT, but it's specifically, with the knowledge of what makes a good script and all of that sort of stuff that this person has obviously built into this tool that they can use. Larry, do you have a question?
Just a quick question. It's good that you mentioned just using example of Lee in this case.
Yes.
There are also different versions of ChatGPT that other people have actually created, which basically is out there, and they're using it to also collect money from people. So the danger here is, which one of them can you really trust?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to dub as an app and create one for yourself using probably some of the tools from AI. But then how well do you know are not criminals basically trying to pretend to be provider out there?
I agree with you. We, we often see on social media, we see, get ChatGPT for free forever and whatever, and then it might not be actual ChatGPT. However, if we talk about these GPTs within ChatGPT, they obviously are sitting on top of the real GPT. But yeah, a good point is to be careful of ripoffs of so many brands and other things that are out there. So productivity tools that are out there, presentation maker. So this is not going to make the actual PowerPoint slide for you. Well, it will sort of, ChatGPT will write it for you, but then it will transfer that across to a tool called Slides GPT, and in that tool is where your final PowerPoint slides will sit, and you can download it from there. I still prefer Gamma though. I still think Gamma is a good presentation slide. Then you got research and analysis. We've got Consensus Day, Scholar, Excel AI, all of those sort of things. Education, code tutor. There's a lot of different tutors and different types of things out there. Lifestyle ones, programming. If you're a coder, then you can go use all of those sort of things. Or if it is just something specific that you are looking for, you can always just go search for, say, a maths tutor or something like that, if that is what you want to learn about. And then once it's searched through all of that, it should give you a list of maths GPTs. This is taking quite long, but GPTs that are specific that you can go use there. And then obviously you can go and use, this is not happening. So what you can do is also go and create your own GPTs. So yes, for instance, some GPTs that I've created. I've created a chef. Well, let me load more. Yeah, this is sort of go further back. The marketplace merch copywriter, which I think Bridget says she uses quite often to write her descriptions and titles for her online products. And then also a travel planner, a balance sheet creator. These are all just sort of ones that I've experimented with and did for myself. I did one about myself, so I uploaded my resume and my LinkedIn profile and everything into here, so that when I want to write a quick one-liner or a elevator pitch about myself, I just go in there and I get it to do that for me. So yeah, so you can create your own GPT quite quickly and easily. If you just click the create button over here, you can then go and have a look and how to do that. Bridget, you got your hand up there?
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you, is it possible on that GPT that I'm using of yours to put in tags? Because I see you put in keywords, but when I copy the keywords over to a website for a product listing, it needs commas. So I want to know if you could, because otherwise I have to paste that whole thing back into GPT and say at each bullet add a comma and then copy and paste it. And I just thought it'd be more efficient if you already have a heading tags with the commas and the keywords in it.
The output needs to be comma separated type of thing.
Yeah. If possible, I'd appreciate that.
I can do that, but what you could also do is just once you got your output, just ask it and say, rewrite this in as a comma separated answer.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Oh, okay.
But every time I ask a new listing, it does the same thing as the original.
Annoying. Okay, no, all right, I'll go back. Thanks for the feedback. Larry?
Yeah. What do you use? What app did you use for your profile, to create your profile? What is it called?
So that's just a normal GPT that I've created, where I've just, okay, let me first show you how to create your own GPT, then you'll understand, and I'll mention what I do. So this is when you create a new GPT of your own, you could basically you come in here and you give it a name and a description and instructions. So I can for instance say write stuff about Quinton Jacobs, all that you know, and be nice and make him look really smart. And then what I do here in the upload file section is where I'll upload my some PDF files or Word files or something about myself, like my resume, as well as, like I said, my LinkedIn profile, which you have to download and that sort of stuff. So actually, I've done the same thing with in Notebook as well, where I created one for myself. That allows me to actually link a lot more stuff, but this is just an example. But so if you're going to create a GPT and you have some speciality knowledge that you can create a GPT from, this is where you would do that. And you can upload all of those knowledge, the knowledge that you have, and ChatGPT will create a nice GPT a custom assistant that you can always just go back and refer to, and it becomes quite useful if it's tasks that you use quite often, and it's something that it's quite mundane tasks or things like that. You can use it there. So,
okay, for example, if I want to send something about my company to an organization, like a proposal.
Yeah.
So I can just load the company information there and say, write a proposal about leadership training course, for example, for 2 weeks or for 3 weeks. Here's the price. I'm sure you can do that.
100%. Yeah, that would be a typical use case of it.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Good. So something else that is useful is that came out right in the beginning is this customized GPT. I don't know if anybody has seen that before, but you can go in there and you can basically, you give it sort of custom instructions overall about everything, any new chat. I can enable or disable it, but basically you could say, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? So I gave it all of that sort of stuff, and how would you like it to respond? So this is not a ChatGPT. These are not GPTs. These are not custom assistants. This is just overall in terms of you want ChatGPT to know about you, and so that it has context when it gives you an answer. But there's another way to do that as well. If you go into my settings and you go to personalization, you'll see that ChatGPT has got a memory as well. Now, this is also only in the paid version. And what happens in the memory is every time I type something, when I give it a prompt and I type something about myself, ChatGPT will then save that as a memory about me. So, for instance, if I look at my stuff, it's sort of remembered a whole bunch of stuff about me, and it says there's a podcast from named ROI from AI knows people named Gary Sophia. I don't know where to pick that up. Website from Site Speed Optimization Report. Okay. I don't. So I actually need to come clean this up. But it gives you sort of again that ChatGPT knows stuff about you, and that it can actually be helpful in that way, that it also has the context around you. So whatever I missed. Okay, so those are the different tools. Search GPT has been launched, but it's not available to outside of the US yet. So that would be competing with Google, of course, in terms of search. And then you got the voice mode. Oh, you know what? That's where ChatGPT has got that thing. I've got the friends named Gary, Sophia, Bridget, and everything, because that's where I spoke to it last on my phone. And if you remember, I went into ChatGPT and spoke about it. Let's ask ChatGPT to join our conversation. Hi, ChatGPT.
Hello, how's it going?
Very good, thank you. We're just in a meeting here talking about all the brand new features of ChatGPT.
That's awesome.
So we just wanted to know, can you sort of highlight which are the most important new features of ChatGPT that's come out in the last few months? Oh, she's frozen. ChatGPT, are you still available? No, that question was a little bit too much for her. Let me try again. ChatGPT, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Okay, so we just want to know, what are the best features of ChatGPT that we should be aware of?
Great question.
Oh my gosh. You're frozen again. Okay, I'm not going to spend any more time on that. That demonstration really worked well. I actually use it quite a lot, and it's quite a lot of fun. I don't know if that's an internet connection or what it was, but if you have the paid version, you can chat to ChatGPT wherever you are in different voices, and she is normally quite friendly. Bridget?
Yeah, I just want to maybe share with you guys, I found Mia AI, your AI life coach, which also can have nice conversations if you just want to have a general conversation. I've made use of it, and it's actually quite I don't know, refreshing.
Okay, and it's Mia, M-I-A. Oh, you're on mute, Bridget.
Sorry, it's MIA space AI, and it's on ChatGPT.
It's is it a GPT?
I think so, because if you go on my phone, and I did a search for life coach, and this one popped up, and I see it's
Okay.
saved under my GPT icon.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder,
So Mia AI.
yeah, I wonder if it is a part of ChatGPT or OpenAI, or whether it's sort of a
Maybe.
standalone product or item. Well, we can try them out. There's the other one as well, of course, that we spoke about before ChatGPT came out with a voice, which is Pi, Pi. That was also one that you could sort of talk to, and I know somebody that's actually told this Pi everything about themselves in terms of what they're good at, and what they've achieved and what they're proud of and things like that. And when they feel down in the dumps, and they feel they're not motivated, then they just ask Pi, please tell me how good I am and how fantastic I am. And then this thing sort of just gives you a nice pep talk, and it sort of helps you through your day, which is quite a nice use case. Larry?
Yeah. Which tools do you use to speak? The voice recognition. What site is that?
So this one that I tried to do now that didn't work so well was ChatGPT itself, but it's only on the phone, and it's only on the paid version. So
yeah, I have a paid version. So
okay,
how do I activate the voice?
if you go onto Pi, let me just go new chat. Let me see if I can just show you there on the right hand side. Let's just get the keyboard out the way. On the left hand side, you'll see a little white button there.
Yeah.
And if you click that one there, then it comes up like that.
Okay.
And
you can chat with it.
And you can chat, and if it becomes a little blue button. ChatGPT, are you there now?
Yes, I'm here. How can I help?
Okay. Are you going to tell us in 1 minute what are the best features of ChatGPT?
Absolutely. ChatGPT's top features include understanding and generating human-like text, answering questions on a wide range of topics, providing creative writing assistance and learning support, helping with brainstorming and problem solving, and even engaging in friendly conversation.
Is that
Plus,
what you are about? Are you the one that does the friendly conversations?
That's right. I'm here for friendly conversation, ready to chat about whatever interests you. Whether you want to discuss.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so you finally woke up and cooperated a little bit with us. So use cases for that, just thinking about that aloud, something that I actually did a couple of times. I created I did an interview with the ChatGPT about a certain topic. So I literally sit like I just did, recorded it and uploaded it as a podcast interview with an expert on XYZ, and put that onto YouTube. So there's a way that you can use that. Okay, so let's have a look at the other things. We've looked at custom instructions. We looked at web browsing, advanced data analysis. So this is one that's also come a long way. And right in the beginning, I was actually showed I did like an analysis with this tool where I took a big spreadsheet like this with with tons of different data, and then asked ChatGPT to analyze it for me. And I'm just going to skip through this little tutorial. And then I said, what analysis can you do with this data to get a better understanding of what the data contains? Let's start taking a quick look at the first few rows. So this is ChatGPT now looking at this big spreadsheet that I've uploaded and telling me what it sees inside it. And then it tells me what type of analysis I can do. Then I say, do an analysis of a sales by category, by subcategory, and by state. And then it says, okay, great. And then it starts analyzing the data for me, starts giving me charts and some answers about that data. And, and it gives me a summary in the end. And then I can even ask it specific things to focus on and so forth. So I'm just sort of skipping across, and I say calculate the profitability of each category using this formula, and then it actually does that for me. And then I can ask it a specific question like, what areas of my business should I be focusing on? So now we're not just asking for numbers and charts, we're asking for advice based on the data or recommendations from the data. So it says, given the analysis we've conducted, several strategic focal points emerges. High priority areas is the home category, the Texas market, and the electronics category. And it actually gives me the why, and it gives me the action I should take within those. So, and this was like literally, I did this analysis or this little tutorial probably about a year and a half ago. So it's come a long way now, where the new app or the new advanced analytics that you can literally connect to different your Google Drive and your spreadsheets and things that you have in there, and then upload stuff, and it'll generate a lot of graphs and things for you, and then you can export it into spreadsheets and take sorry, not spreadsheets, slides, which you can then take across into a PowerPoint or something like that. Just export them in one go like that. Or you can it'll create like these interactive tables for you, where the old version was just static tables. Now it's interactive tables that you can actually play with, and you can highlight certain things. And while we're here, that little asterisk that comes up there is not just in data analysis, but in everything. If you highlight something in your answer, you can actually ask it questions about that specific portion of your analysis. And so yeah, you can upload a massive document like this NVIDIA Corporation annual report, and then you can ask it to go and extract some information. So you get tables like this, and you can ask it questions on the side about that data and generate interactive, again, charts and pie charts and things like that. So super impressive what you can do with just data analysis. So yeah, let me just so these are sort of basic analysis that you can do. So depending on whether you're a real high flyer data analyst, or you just kind of want to do some basic stuff, these are kind of the stuff that is out there that ChatGPT is able to do for us. So that's advanced analysis. And then GPT Vision is obvious is a tool. It's a capability that ChatGPT has to actually look at anything that you upload, like an image, for instance. So let's go look over here. If I upload an image, let's just take an image, upload from the computer. So let me go grab an image that is useful for us. Documents, I'll look in there. And where did I had it on? Okay, so let's look at this pizza and say what ingredients do I need for this pizza? And then the vision capability of ChatGPT should be able to. So it says, for what I can see in the pizza, it's got all of this sort of mozzarella, cherry tomato, spinach leaves, and that sort of pizza looked like it's stuffed with fresh ingredients. And then it says, yeah, does that look right? So you can do something like that, or let's say you brainstorm. I want to find my brainstorming. Yeah, let's look at this. Is sort of a brainstorming document that I've got that looks like that. If you take a picture of your whiteboard after you've done some brainstorming, is say extract the contents in a document, bullet format. So excuse the spelling, and then what it can do is literally take a picture of your whiteboard, and then it'll write it up for me into a document with all of the stuff from the whiteboard in a text format, which you can then use somewhere else in the document. So vision is pretty cool as well from that point of view. Okay, so let's see what else is there that's cool. GPT Canvas is the latest and the greatest that has come out. So what you can do now, as I mentioned before, you select that GPT-4 Canvas and you start asking it questions. And I'll just make this a little bit bigger. Full screen mode. Okay, so if I ask it to write about the future of digital marketing with AI, it writes it, but I can then go and highlight a certain section, and I can say make it even more punchy or more interesting. And then you'll see it actually gives me the document on the right, and my chat is on the left. So on the left-hand side is where I give it instructions, and I go back and forth, and you can do different things with it. So you can ask it to explain a certain thing that it wrote for you. You can ask it to simplify a paragraph, or you can just highlight a certain section and keep working on a document on certain paragraphs as you go. And then on the right-hand side, it's got this menu function here where you can literally go and adjust. Sorry, I think the one that it was clicked on is saying find some places where you can still improve. So it literally checks its own work and then sort of improves on some of those paragraphs over there. And then you can literally, with a slider like that, you can make it longer and shorter. I don't know if you guys saw that, but literally there on the right-hand side, you slide it up and down in terms of make it shorter, make it longer. And it in front of your eyes, that literally creates that or rewrites that document for you. And then there's also the levels that you wanted to write on. There's a sliding scale there, is where you can literally say, okay, now I want graduate school level, I want middle school level or kindergarten level, basically just using a slider instead of using a prompt for that. So that makes things quite simple and easy to do. So in this case, we were almost in the space where ChatGPT is now competing with like Google Docs or Word documents or things like that, because you can now start interacting within the documents about it. Whereas in Google's case, you can also do that, where that it has sort of a help me write function and things like that you can do with ChatGPT. And then you can sort of, there's a few more things where you can add final polish, maybe the formatting, make it H1, H2, make it bullets, all of that sort of stuff. So it can write all of help you write the document. And then, of course, it can do coding as well, which I'm not the expert of, but you could literally see the code there in front of you. So if you understand code, you could, you could actually ask, what is this inside the code? So you can almost learn about the code and learn from, say, mistakes that you've made if you put in some code in there, and it will help you fix your code. And look how cool is this? You can actually slide between the different types of codes over here. So you'll see, if I do it again, you can say JavaScript, Python, C++, PHP, all of those sort of things. It literally will rewrite it in the format that you want the code to be written. So also super useful. So we all get better and better at it. And this is sort of producing a game like that, for instance, that you want for yourself. Also, the desktop app has come out. I'm just going to minimize all of this. The desktop app is, if you go into, I've downloaded it. You can download it now on Mac as well as on Windows. And instead of in the browser, you're now inside a standalone window or a little app that you can. It looks pretty much the same, and I think the functionality is pretty much the same. It's just not inside of your Chrome browser, so it's not one of the hundreds of tabs that you've got to open. It's easier to use, but also what this can do, it can now interact and it can see stuff on your desktop. So that's, I think, as this app starts developing, it's going to get smarter and smarter. And the thing that I'm waiting for is, like, you can only do the voice chat on the phone. So in other words, you can't record it except through a microphone. Hopefully they bring that functionality into the app over here as well. So lots of stuff here.